Alright. Hello. I find him. Oh yeah, I wanted to see Oasis. So yeah, Oasis and Volskaya. I'm gonna do, and then we just didn't win it.
Welcome to Oasis. Ready for battle.
Zertex made a good point. Be glad I've started close to time. Just adjusting a curtain in my room.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Okay. So let's see. Now looks like we're just running sim. And I think the biggest thing for Sim that, like, we do wrong is that we don't coordinate anything with the Symmetra itself. Like, I'm gonna watch this. I don't think we do anything like a teleport bomb or anything creative like that. We just kind of use Sim turrets and then never use teleporter. Where's this set up right now? That's the wrong team. Okay, yeah, so like we don't, the only person who benefits from a teleporter like this would be a soldier, and soldier is on the low ground, which, by the way, Sam, high grounds, remember, because like you can easily just go up this side, go up the staircase, or like when you're playing with a sim, coordinate with the sim to put you on high grounds. Because if you can get to high ground faster than your opponent, then you can control the high ground. And as soldier, you have so much pressure up there. They have to deal with it, otherwise they just lose. So that's what we should be trying to do with the Symmetra. Because, like... Oh, wait a minute. Okay, we don't push... Yeah, so... I thought I was going to see something there. I thought we were going to go up top. Actually, okay. In the future, if we play Oasis with a Symmetra, that looks like an incredibly cool strategy, where we all speed to point, we teleport up there. So, you know, we speed to wherever the teleport up here, and then jump across so we're all up here, and then fake this way, jump down, you know, we could do some coordination stuff. Um, but yeah, we just really don't use the teleport. I'm gonna get a better position, and our Lucio gets picked off really early, which is really bad for us.
The objective is now active.
So yeah, then their Hanzo's just sitting up top, and killed their BAP on accident. I feel bad for them. Good fight win. So we can deal with the Hanzo.
This will restore you.
Robot with me.
Time to make my EPS. Routing power to forward shield.
Okay, so good call. Okay. Now, D.Va is honestly a very squishy character. And this positioning is not good, especially because they have 4 characters that can damage you through DM. Like, I would not run D.Va into their comp. It looks absolutely unfun. So, like, in situations like this, I know that you haven't died yet, but once you use Bomb, I'm hoping that you switch. Not because you're a bad D.Va, but because their team can just melt you. And then also, I'm not going to rewind because I don't feel like going back 20 seconds. If you're flying to get to an area to, like, kind of contest a team, don't fly directly in front of the enemy. Fly a little bit back, and then, you know, use the corner to peek the enemy and whatnot. It's like, had they not just ignored you completely, you 100% could have demeched because you are out of boosters. So if they just said, focus diva, you know, everyone dives on you, you lose mech, you die. Because you're out of position. Fortunately, you didn't get punished for it. Now, a problem here is that... Trinity died last fight? Where's he going? No, he's alive. Oh, he did die. Okay. But then, what happened here? So I assume, yeah, takes TP up, lands on high ground, drops down immediately. Which shouldn't have done, but oh well. And then, okay, so Trinity, this is just a pathing issue. You should have just honestly gone over here to either, like, help out your diva a little bit from the back, or just gone this way, because it's faster than going all the way back to taking the TP. Okay, we're coalescing, cool. So, what is their May? Now, this was a very risky counterpin. It's good that you went to counterpin, but it's very risky. It's like, if their May was a better... So I disagree with this pin entirely. I thought it was a counterpin. It is not. This is a feed pin. Like, if their Rhine really wanted to, he could have just not pinned, May would ice block, and then wall off your escape, and then you just die there. Like, you just would 100% die there. But their Rhine fortunately counterpins you. Their May... No chance, dude. Oh, never punished. Never punished. Oh my god, she's not even aiming at the right Reinhardt. Oh, good lord. So, you should have died there. You didn't, because their May practically threw. Like, if you guys win the fight there, their May hardcore through that fight. Yep, okay, attacking from the back. Oh, wait, that's a big shatter. So, yeah, like, this is semi-winnable, because they're down to support, but you're down your main tank. So at this point, you would... Hold on. Okay, you're in the middle of using boosters. Honestly, I would have bombed that, because your teams are relatively even, because they're down to support, so they have trouble healing. So if you bomb, create some space for your team, then, you know, that would have been really good. And Trinity, you go to fight a Reinhardt, unfortunately. Yeah. This May! That was a terrible blizzard. They already won that fight. So, when people waste ultimates like that, that's always really good for you, because ultimates should really only be used to win a fight. If the fight is already won, and then you use an ultimate, that's just a wasted ultimate.
I'm ready to initiate self-destruct sequence. Time to raise my APM.
Teleport.
And honestly, like, as Diva, it's not worth it to poke at any ranged DPS from long range. Because in the end, you're just mostly feeding them ult charge. So, like, just try to not peek them as much as possible, unless you're just firing rockets, DMing, and assisting someone. But if it's just you shooting at them, don't do it. Just get behind cover. So, this teleporter, I both agree and disagree with it. I agree with the concept. You're saying, hey, let's get them off of the high ground. I disagree with the placement. And this is because... Wait, do we have L6 here? Okay. Boom, 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 boom. Ryu, can't be missing your TPs. So yeah, their May gets a really good wall off. I'm gonna watch this back just because, like, you know, I didn't see the initial engagement. But yeah, like, just missing a telepad like that it's... I'm not sure how. So, yeah, like, you all go through. And then their Mei gets a half decent wall off, I'd say.
Routing power supply.
Wait, are you shooting? Okay, so another thing, shoot at Mei pillars and swing at Mei pillars when you're not doing anything, because they only have 400 health. You can break them pretty easily. Wait, we kind of... You totally could have shouted that, Ryan. Just console, you don't need to... Okay.
My ultimate is ready.
This will heal you.
Group up here.
I'm ready to initiate self-destruct sequence.
Allow me to repair the
Now, Sam, think I'm just gonna say now? Just... Okay, there you go. Just use rockets, like, whenever you get them. They're on a relatively short cooldown, and it's just free damage. Zarya gets a massive grab off. Okay, Jared, that was pretty poor positioning on that.
I'm ready to
I'm
initiate
just gonna go back.
Contact.
Damage orb? Damage orb? There it is.
Pass this
So,
door.
a thing you can do with damage orb is if you hold down either the heal button or the damage button and then just tap the orb button, it insta-fires whatever orb you're holding down. So you don't need to tap orb and then fire, you can just insta-fire it. And then in addition to that, like whenever you see a team grouped up, just chuck a damage orb in there. Like, don't even think about it, just chuck it in there. Okay, think about it if they have a diva, but if they don't have a diva, just chuck a damage orb in, you know?
Not yet.
So, oh, Ryu, that charge. Okay, so Ryu, a thing I'm noticing on your charges, you really seem to not be properly assessing the risks of each charge. You think of, I feel like you think of charge as like 300 damage with absolutely no strings attached, which that's not true because it's 300 damage with a lot of strings attached, such as, you know, putting yourself into the enemy's backline with minimal help, and then Mei just walls you off and you die. Or not having a Zarya to bubble you. There's a lot of things that you need to consider before charging. And I feel like you just don't consider any of them, which ends up in you feeding a good chunk of the time. I feel like that's your biggest problem to work on. Like, I know I've said it before. If you're, and this is for any Rhine watching this, if your planned pin puts you in the enemy's backline, don't pin. Don't pin that, because that's feeding. That's just feeding and like throwing a fight. So just think to yourself before you pin. Where is this going to put me? Like, think of where you'll be after the pin. And if the answer is in the enemy's backline, don't pin. Like, honestly, I'd say you're lucky that you missed the pin, even though your team, like, we know that you guys lose the team fight, because you would have definitely lost it if counter pin and then you just oh my god, you got obliterated, Jesus. And then Jared, this fade here, this is just like, you look at the grav, you just aren't really aware of where you're fading. I don't know how to help with awareness, but yeah, try to think of where you're gonna end up. Same principle as pin, honestly. So like with Transcendence or Fade or Doom Punch or like any movement ability on a cooldown or something like that, or anything that gives you invincibility, Ray Form, don't think of where you activate it, think of where you're gonna be ending up. And if that answer is anywhere near an enemy, unless you want to be near that enemy, and it's one enemy, not two, one, don't use that ability. And like, yeah, I know, Transcendence is an ultimate. You got to end it, but make sure you end in a safe location, around a corner maybe, or uh, not near the enemy team. That's the big thing I'm trying to sell here, because like this death was entirely avoidable. You just faded directly into a grav. Um, yeah, then we just kind of get they dragoned really late. They didn't even need a dragon there. Uh,
Get into position.
Get behind!
Teleporter online. We move quickly.
okay, Toast. I know that you weren't in the fight or anything, but Lucio should be wall riding 90% of the time. You didn't wall ride at all coming back from spawn, and that's just you need to be wall riding, and that's not even or you can help your team faster. It's more of like if you get in the muscle memory of wall riding out of spawn and stuff, then you start getting in the muscle memory of wall riding whenever you physically can, and that's what you want to be doing as Lucio. Because wall ride, honestly, is a broken ability. Like that is easily one of the best movement options in this game outside of like I don't even think there is another one. It's free movement. Like, could you imagine if Reaper had wall ride? Could you imagine that? How just Reaper would be slightly playable. It would be amazing. No, but like wall ride as a movement ability is just absolutely insane. So you want to be getting in the muscle memory of using it whenever you can, which includes coming back from spawn, waiting for your team. Whenever possible, you should be wall riding. That's the big thing. Okay, and like it would make plays like that a lot less risky because then you could just wall ride on this wall while backing up. Which, by the way, if you haven't already, go into Lucio options and set wall ride backwards on. I don't know what the name of the actual setting is. Set that to be on because that is such a game changer. Okay, and then beta. Another thing, don't hammer down from high grounds like that because then it gets a lot easier to just react to it or stun it or something. No, don't tell me I glitched out the dude. I think okay, I'm gonna have to go back into this replay. I hate it when that happens so much. Right, custom game, Oasis.
Welcome to Oasis.
I hate that glitch so much. I don't even know why it happens. It just randomly happens whenever I choose to go back or forward or whatever. Is the replay broken? What's happening? I'm gonna try this again.
Welcome to Oasis.
Come on, replay code.
Ready for
Okay, there we go. Yeah, like it's completely random, which it's so frustrating. I think we were here. Yeah, okay. So, yeah, wall ride. Another thing, there may kind of overextend slightly here. And where do you... Oh, I think you just reacted late to that. So, my advice to that would be, I don't know how exactly you improve them, speed up your reaction speed. Because, like, reaction speed is everything in an FPS, so if you have, like, moderate reaction times, then you're going to be a lot worse than the other people with fast reaction times. Yeah, you just get absolutely rolled. Did we have beat? We should have. 90 on beat, everyone goes up. So then we're 94 after the boot. Healing. Oh, you got shattered. That's unfortunate. Okay. Let's drop the... Whoa. Wow. Did you see his legs there? That looked weird. So we lost our main tank instantly. Unfortunate. They also lost their Moira. Trinity on Symmetra. Symmetra is easily one of the most frail heroes in the game, simply because all of her damage is delayed, and she only does damage in close range, and then she doesn't have any self-protection abilities. So, where should you be positioned? Not here. Like, I know that you get clutched out with beat, but let's say they didn't beat. What then? You die. And you don't want to be dying. You want to be keeping your distance from Reinhardt. You want to be spacing yourself out perfectly. It's a whole thing. Like, Symmetra is not easy to hero to play at, like...
full potential is unlocked.
Isn't an easy hero to play at a competitive level. Because, like, sure, you'll roll quick play games sometimes, you know, but these aren't... Or, you'll roll comp games sometimes. These aren't comp games. And sure, you know, Symmetra can be really good, like, coordinated play like this. But, you know, you gotta play around her weaknesses, play around her strengths. And she has very big weaknesses. So it's just a balancing act.
Justice ain't gonna dispense itself.
Think you can keep up with me?
Thank you. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 2. Capture the objective. Check this out. I sighted the enemy.
That... I wasn't even on... What? I hate that glitch, too. So right here, just spectating you specifically, Sam, you seem to be kind of confused about where you want to be. There was a soldier there. Sam? Yeah, so they force you off, you know, you go back and forth, and then you shoot at their own a little bit. Okay. You can see him! He was there. How many shots did he miss? He's hit one so far. He's hit one shot out of 13 bullets. And then just completely whips all the rest. Oh my god. Tex, didn't you say that you wanted to endorse this guy for MVP? Yeah, and then he just feeds and then gets away with it. Oh my. Okay, we chase after him, gets the mini, but you know, it doesn't matter because we outduel him, right? We outduel him, right? We outduel him. Sam, what was that? Oh well. Alright, so we know that there's a soldier up there, no heal pad, low health. And, you know, he isn't there now. Do you go to shoot at him? Oh, Trinity, why are we rolling into a Reinhardt? Trinity? You didn't even get your flash off in time. What was that? What was that? That was weird. Okay, so positioning, right? Now, I understand we're waiting for our team and whatnot. But, like, when you exited that hallway, you were very vulnerable. Okay, and then also Trinity, this is why we need to work on gentle aim, because you can only flick, which means that your tracking just doesn't exist, which you want to have at least decent tracking, because like you can't only rely on flicks. Like, and okay, this roll, like this is not a good idea in any shape of the world. If you're gonna roll sideways. That way, you're still in range, or, you know, you can still hit the Reinhardt and whatnot, but then you're getting out of the way. But, like, even if you wanted to roll in flashbang, you don't even need to roll in flashbang, because you could hit flashbang from here. Like, you had it before you rolled. But then you get hit by Reinhardt because his hammer's still an active hitbox, and then you just get hit again because, yeah. Like, that roll was not good. And honestly, we shouldn't be making those mistakes. Those are just really simple mistakes to not make, I guess. Just because, like, you gotta value your own life in this game. If you don't value your own life, then you're just dying, you know? We gotta value our lives in the game a bit more. Why does it put me on their line? Oh, you die here. Yep. Get a great kill on their order of Winston because he's overextending. Good punish. Okay, so at this point, we have 2 hit scans. They have 1 and a Torb. We should be speeding. Hold on, let me see how this plays out. Okay, so we made the incorrect play already. We have 2 hit scans. Hit scans do best on high ground. We speed the entire team onto high ground, establish our high ground, push their soldier off. And, like, sure, they have a Winston. We have a Cass and a soldier. He's not going to dive us, otherwise he dies. And he's going to dive us, because this is tier 1, and then he's going to die, and it's going to be wonderful. But anyway, so we should be pushing a high ground. Because then if we establish the high ground here, then we can push their soldier off, and then our tanks and supports jump down, preferably on this side, so we aren't feeding too hard, and then can kind of like just control space while our DPS just wreck house. For whatever reason, we don't do that, and we go left. Which, why? Like, we know that high grounds are good. I have said this, I think, literally every VOD review, because we just don't value high grounds. And, you know, I get the strategy, oh, we're going to go left. But at the same time, left doesn't have the high ground. We need to be prioritizing these high grounds, because we just don't, for some reason. And, okay, I shouldn't say we just don't, because the last Oasis map, we did. We did prioritize high grounds, at least a little bit. But here, we didn't. I'm not sure why. Because, yeah, then we just go center, we linger a bit, Toast almost dies here. Yeah, okay, if the Torb aimed a little bit better, Toast was dead. I'm getting their Torb because he overextended, huge.
Oh, let's break it.
No, wait, that is... Oh, they just only the fucking enemy, that's beautiful. Okay, another thing, why exactly did we have our barrier up here? Just because, like, we didn't really need to, because we didn't need to exist in this doorway. We could have gone over here and then killed the Winston. But instead, we kind of just held that space and got slept, and then I assume we died here. The soldier ends up killing 4. I want to go back and watch this. So I think another thing we should be doing is... Oh, okay, you did beat in response to it. Great. Now, at this point... Oh, he's nanoed. Oh, he's nanoed. Oh, you went for the boot, but you just weren't positioned properly. Damn. Okay, so in the future, Toast, if you're going to boop someone, like, here, we're gonna go back one more time. Speed up a little bit. So, like, you could have 100% made the play. However, you didn't. You know, you came a little bit short. Do you want to know why? Watch this. So you beat? Now, we're gonna go from Soldier's POV. I'm actually just gonna, yeah, okay. So, Soldier stand up. Look at you. You only had one wall ride, and it wasn't like a wall hop. So I think another thing you need to start doing is, I feel like you're waiting until you realize that you connect to with the wall to jump afterwards. You don't need to do that. If you just absolutely mash the jump button, which should be like L2 at this point, you know, your left trigger, then you just connect and then insta jump off of the wall. And it's faster, it's more efficient, it's beautiful. So I'm going to go back one more time. Because... okay, your soldier falls off the high ground, dude. And like, you could tell that it was on accident, too. Okay, so he gets nanoed.
I've got you in my sights.
Now, this is a great beat reaction. I love this beat reaction. However, I will say, as soon as you beat it, you should have switched to speed, gone left, done a wall insta-bounce, wall insta-bounce, wall insta-bounce, boom! And then he goes off the map, and then you win the fight. Because you're a god. But sadly, you only wall ride once, and you don't jump afterwards. You just get on the wall. But the thing about that is that you only get the speed boost when you jump off of the wall. So you want to be, you know, doing the insta jump thing, which is literally just mash jump as much as possible. And then you would have gotten the boop, and then you would have gotten the kill, you know, so on and so forth. So yeah, like that's why wall riding is so effective. It's because of the boost of speed you get after you jump off the wall. So when you're focusing on wall riding, you'd be focusing on the jump afterwards and not the initial connection. He really got a team killed there. Dang. Okay. I mean, it makes sense. Our supports unfortunately got picked off, which I want to see if there's any way we could have prevented that. Okay. So don't need to hold down heals for that long.
Get into position.
Okay, so figured it out. Jared, I think your fades need a lot of work. You seem to really not care where you're ending up, and so, or not even not care. That's not what I meant to say. I meant to say, like, you're not realizing the impact of where you're gonna end up. Because, like, you know, you do that, and then the Torb dies before you fade. And then you just react super late, and then you still react late because then you don't back to your team. You just go for the Torb kill, but he's been dead for a second already. And you just don't notice. So then you're out of position because you chased a Torb who died a second ago. And then Toast goes to save you. You unfortunately... Wait, what? You could have lived! Jared, why are we running back into him? I know you have a beat, but he's nanoed. Look quick. You're not gonna kill him. You do 25 DPS when he's nanoed because of the damage resistance. Like, you could have 100% just walked back to the team. Because honestly, I think if you were here, the team could have won this fight. Like, sure, you know, Ewok gets out of mech. But then you're here to heal the soldier and the everyone else. You 100% fed here. And then, you know, Toast dies because of the wall jump thing, which, unfortunate, needs some work. But, you know, that's what I'm here for. I'm here to help out. But the positioning... And then the decision to go after the soldier when he's nanoed? No, you're not gonna... You never win that fight against a nanoed target anyone as Moira. Because you just do not deal damage against nano targets. it just doesn't happen. You do 25 DPS. So then, yeah, their soldier ends up... Oh, he gets a finishing touch against our soldier. It's 2 finishing touches. That's why he got the team kill. Oh, you just get the finishing touch on everyone. Okay.
My ultimate is charging.
Now it looks like we have the right idea now. It looks like we're trying to... Oh, hold on. Where'd you die? Why are you over here? Flank High Noon, but I... We had this fight won. We just didn't win it. Also, there was no use in canceling your charge there. You should have just gone to the thing. So... Okay, so 2 things. 1, there was a Winston shield there. 2, that Ryan has his shield up. Beta, what was that? You didn't even wait for an animation or anything. He just had his shield up. And then you shattered directly into it. Oh no, dude. And Trinity gets rolled by the Winston. Soldiers eating us up from the right. Don't end up getting him, unfortunately. How does the rest of this fight go? Chuck bomb. Oh, Jared gets pooped off. Lucio dies. Okay, so I feel like we made 2 really bad decisions over the past 2 fights. The first one was not going for the high ground, right? In the last fight where the soldier got the 6k. The second one was not going for the high ground. I understand that point's ticking down, but like in the time it take... Hold on, what percent was the point at? What's that 73? We have so much time. We easily could have just sped past, gone high ground, force soldier off, establish our high ground, and then like Trinity gets a fat high noon, even if it doesn't get kills, because it forces people to back away. And then like even if he doesn't get kills and breaks the Rhine shield, shatter. That's a free shatter right there. But we don't prioritize the high ground for some reason, where you know their soldier does. Their soldier obviously does. He knows the value of high grounds. No, that's not a good shatter. So then we just kind of get knocked around and whatnot.
Double kill.
How?
Defense matrix.
Can we take this point back? I don't...
Shoot you down. Boosters engaged.
That was a rude voice line. Okay, I want to see in first person how the hell they all die. So their bat pops a window. Everyone focuses on the diva. Fair. We end up shielding. Oh my god, their Rhine turns up. Their BAP dies because their Rhine screwed him over. Oh my god, dude. Every time, I swear. And then he waste shatter. Beautiful. Beta, you did not die to that. You had charge. You died to that. Okay, so that was interesting. We get point. Wait, why did so many people... Also, Trinity. High grounds. Sam, you too. I don't know why we're just right here. Their soldiers been getting on the high grounds constantly. We should be contesting him. But you're just not, for some reason. And, like, trying to, you know, I get frontlining with Cassidy. Like, that with your Reinhardt, that's a lot of pressure that their enemy Reinhardt has to deal with. So, you know, that's fine. But Sam, what are you doing back here? You should be up there. Just right up here. Look, there's soldiers up here. He's doing the thing. He's doing the soldier thing, going high grounds and shooting at people. And he does it well. And then, yeah, we go for the high ground far too late. We should have been up here in the first place. So, tank run, dueling. Oh, better dice here. Okay, well, unfortunate. Let's see if that could have been prevented. Probably, honestly. It probably could have. Most deaths in this game can be prevented. So... Okay, if that was a purposeful nade block, that was awesome. I see what our problem is instantly, though. Our positioning is not there. How does Meg... The hell? Oh, she went under. Okay, but our positioning just isn't there. We should be right here. Like, during that entire prelude to the fight, we should have been right here, poking out, swinging, you know, poking back, poking out, swinging, poking back, swing, you know. We should be here, you know, shielding, controlling this corner. That's the biggest thing. And if our team's with us controlling this corner here, that puts us in a really nice defensive position. Because then, you know, if Mei starts freezing one of us, we can all turn around and start just blasting her. And then if anyone goes over there, we have Lucio to speed us over, so we can just go do that. And then they can't really push up because we have a cast flashbang and a Rhine. So someone would just die if they tried pushing up too much. So, like, right here, if we just all positioned right here, corner peeking and whatnot, we could have totally just lived. Like, Beta, you could have lived, you know? But your positioning just wasn't there, so you die. And then Ewok falls soon after. Because we're walking towards them at 100 health. I was not on their... I hate replay viewers sometimes. Yeah, and like, it's a good reaction to the beat, honestly. That's a good beat. Unfortunately, they get a nano visor off again, so it's just huge value. Oof. So yeah, not much we could have done in the moment, but we could have prevented that from happening in the first place. Overwatch is a pretty, like...
Bailing out.
What's the word I'm looking for? It's a pretty proactive game, honestly. Positioning matters a lot in Overwatch. So if your positioning isn't, you know, if your positioning is worse than the enemies, then you're gonna just lose.
I'm not a good loser. Routing towers forward barrier.
Score 1-1. Ready for battle.
Would you like sparkling or still? Analyzing location. Locked.
Alright, so... I'm very much hoping, and also, like, another thing, Ewok, is that we should be switching off of D.Va if they have a few beam characters. Like, don't get me wrong, you're a pretty good D.Va. But if they do have a few beam characters, then, like, a Zarya here? Zarya would go crazy. So, like, yeah, you know, D.Va's an alright pick. Honestly, against the Mei, I don't think she's a good pick at all. But if you were a Zarya, the amount of value you generate is insane. And if you don't know Zarya, pick her up. Because literally all of our... okay, I should say literally all. Most of our tank players are Rhine mains. So if you can play Zarya with that, then free value. you know, it's just like free value.
2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
Okay, and then another thing, your DM usage needs a bit of work. I know I touched on it in the Blizzard World VOD, but like, what are you DMing there? There's just no fire coming in. DM doesn't have that much range actually. Like, here, look at this in first person. I think that's the best way. I am not on their team. So basically, like, you're ahead of everyone, and then you DM. Look how much range that. It's not. Why is it not showing up? It's just not. Hello? Visual? What? Can I go from their POV and see it? No? Okay, that's weird.
Ready for
I don't know what happened with the DM there, but it doesn't have that much range. It's shorter. It's a lot shorter range than a Zarya beam.
round 3. Capture the
Like you know, I'm not using Zarya's to say, oh, Zarya beam has more range than D. You can hit people with the Zarya beam compared to where you can hit people with a D.Va DM. It's actually slightly shorter than a Symmetra beam. So you just like, you know, there's nothing to DM here. So you shouldn't be holding it down in that situation. I think we end up, yeah, that's a really good boop on their Winston because I don't know. Beta,
3.
Beta, be concerned about your health. You are not. You need healing. It's like, yeah, you know, you're playing aggressive. You're playing aggressive. Playing aggressive. Now wait, hold on. No. You fed. You hardcore fed. Like, there is no reason to go back in. Where's our team? Hold on. So we have Soldier up on the high ground, not looking at the enemy team. We have a D.Va up there. Sim died. Where's Toast? Where is our Lucio? Bouncing off, okay. But, like, you should have, like, as soon as you started to take a fair bit of damage, back up. Like, you gotta be more passive. Because a lot of these times you're making these super aggressive plays and then it just costs you your life. And it's just not worth it most of the time. Like, sure, you might get a pick and then the Rhine dies and then that's your space gone. Yeah, and then, like, since you died, you're the Reinhardt, you control the space, everyone else is just falling. Okay, Jarrett, did you have Fade? You might have been able to live this. Whoa, wait, why are we going this way? Dude, you gotta be aware of where your team is. Oh, you did not have Fade, okay. But, you could have had it if you just, like, looked at where your Rhine was going. It's like, dude, we seem like we're having really big communication issues. Because, like, if Jared went to point when none of the other team did, then something's not working there. And, like, if 3 of us are up here, but then 3 of, like, you know, some died first, whatever. Symmetra usually dies. I feel like Symmetra either lives the whole fight and wins the whole thing, or just dies first, and there's no in between. Like, not you personally, Trinity, just like Symmetras in general. They either win the whole fight or just die instantly, and there's no in between. But yeah, so 3 of us were up here, and 3 of us were down there. So, like, when we have these splits in the team coordination, then we just lose instantly. Because, like, we don't win that thing. In no world do we win this point now. We're 3 down. So, like, at this point, we just get out, you know. Ewok doesn't get out. Feeds, dies. They're May. They're May, dude. They're May. They're this May, man. Ah!
You got a lot to learn.
Getting position.
How many times is their soldier going to fall off of high ground accidentally, dude? He does it in every team fight. Oh. Alright, so there we go. We're engaging on the... Oh, how did we do this? Hold on. Okay, so as soon as we see two of our teammates die, we do not engage this. Ever. We never engage this. Like, why are we here? We're down 2. We're just feeding to... just because. There's no reason to be here. Like, I get we're, trying to stop them from pushing up, but if we're trying to stop them from pushing up, go here. Or, like, here, We don't need to be all the way up there. Especially because now, we're just separated. All 3 of us. Or 4, whatever, same thing. Winston comes in, starts doing damage, and then we have to back up for the Winston, and then, Beta tries to come and save the team, but since we're only at 4, Ryan comes up behind, hits a massive fire strike, oh, that's massive. And then, now, our Lucio and Diva's back. Please tell me that we just back up here. Like, we need to recognize that our team is dead, and back up. Back up now. No, not when they start charging at you. Back up now. Now. Don't die. Toast. Toast, you should never die there. You're Lucio. You just wall right away. Because your mobility's broken. So overall, we're just not coordinated, I feel. And I know that, like, another thing I'd like to say is that we also, not emotional, hold on, what's the, dang it, what's the adjective I'm trying to find here? As a team, we're really, like, I'm gonna say emotional just because I don't know what other word to put here. But what I mean by that is when we win games, yeah, this is Oasis. Yeah, I don't think I'm doing another VOD after this one. I think it's just gonna be one VOD a night. But when we win games, we are on absolutely insane highs. But then the moment we start to lose that game, our mood just absolutely plummets. And that's just not good. That's not a good mentality to have. Like, we win a game, but, like, we shouldn't be that ecstatic about it, right? Like, we win a game, it's like, oh, instead of, since, my little sister's laying down, I won't be screaming, but, like, imagine I'm just absolutely going insane right now. When we win a single round, we shouldn't be doing that. In the Discord, I see, like, full caps, a lot of yelling and stuff, but, like, why? We won round 1. There's still, how many other matches? 4 maximum. And then when we lose, I've heard that we get really, like, depressed? Not depressed, but we get really down. And that mentality shift, it's not good for the team. Like, we should never be that ecstatic. We should never be that down. We should be more in the middle, Like, we lost the game. Oh, darn. What did we do wrong? That should be the first thing on your mind. What did we do wrong? What was the biggest problem? How could we have stopped that? Start asking yourselves that after you lose, even comp games. What was the problem? What could we have done to stop that? What obstacles were in my way? What ways could I have lifted those obstacles? Just a whole, like, chain of events. And then when we win games, it should be like, good job, guys. Maybe a let's go here and there. But then, like, not much more than that. And then when we win games, we should try to figure out what we did well, and then continue doing that until they start countering whatever that is, right? So overall, we just need to be more cognizant, I'm gonna say, of our like game state, if that makes sense. So yeah, I've noticed that that's a huge problem for us that we need to fix. So we need to just like say what the enemy team is doing well, say what we could have done to counter that, and then like I feel like a lot of the times it's usually just like a DPS just off in the distance doing whatever. We need to address those people more, because if we don't, then we lose. Yeah, their Mei is not good. Beta, you shattered into another shield. You dead here. Yeah, I guess that works. And also, Beta, please, for me, please, stop feeding. Like, there was no reason to go that hard into their team. You could have just held a corner, wait for them to back off, and then push in with your team, you know? Wait for the round to Fire Strike or do something stupid, and then you Earth Shatter him, and it's beautiful. Oh, wow. Ooh, my foot. Okay. Get out, good. Okay, so I disagree with our overall actions. I think instead of backing up this way, like I respect what you were trying to do, and instead of taking the duel further, you should have tried to disengage. We need to really focus on disengaging more as a team and as individuals, because we really struggle to disengage from things, like incredibly struggle. And when we struggle with disengaging, then we start to trickle, and when we trickle, we feed, and when we feed, we lose games. It's a whole chain of events. Like, right now, we lost 2. Yep, there we go. Hold this corner. Hold this area right here. That's where we should hold. Until our team gets back, right here. And yeah, that's kind of what we're doing. Good. Lucio's coming back. Okay, we don't have a Reaper. Ewok? What is this? Why are you here? And like, if the answer is because you have bomb, think of it this way. If you let them destroy your mech before you bomb, then they get free ult charge. And you don't want the enemy team getting free ult charge. That's not good. And like, sure, looking at it, the Mei is the only one without ult, but the Mei is the one who can charge the ult easiest off of you. It's the whole thing. So yeah, like right here, like, stay here. This is where we should stay. Just right here, right next to your Ryan, right next to your Reinhardt. Not charging into the enemy team half health. And like, even if you did, you're boosting, right? Oh, boosters just ended. So you shouldn't have lived, like, in your mech. You shouldn't have lived with your mech. Like, their team just kind of refused to do anything to you, which ended up working out. Yeah, bomb doesn't get any kills, unfortunately. What was that? No, not the pin. The pin was fine. Weird graphical bug. Soldier up top? Oh, he was.
Get into position. I need to recharge.
Okay, no chance we just let him get away with this. Like, we should have recognized, oh, he's going in a circle this way. Instead of chasing him, let's go this way. Let's go back around, meet him up front.
Allow me to repair the damage.
Hey, we're finally using high ground. Let's go.
Heal up. Here, let's pick it up.
Alright, so in the mid fight here, I think the main thing I'm noticing is if we're playing Ryan Lucio, we need to be sticking together. Why are we so scattered? Sam, you failed your rocket jump. You failed your rocket jump, I see. I saw where you were, I saw you were falling, I immediately knew. Let's see, how do you fail it? Like what I'm looking for what specifically you didn't do right.
Here, let's pick it up.
Okay, you just forgot to jump. So yeah, we are very scattered for no real reason. And especially like so I'm going to go back just a little bit more here. So if their team, right, just isn't there, why are we not taking this space? This is free space for us to take. We should be taking this. Like they aren't on point. They aren't approaching points. I mean they technically are, but you know, they aren't like approaching point in imminent, you know. They are like we should be taking that space, you know, or yeah, we Lucio. If they back up, we should stay behind this wall, peeking out occasionally, and then if we notice that they aren't going anywhere, you know, they're probably over here. God, their Mei is blind. Oh my god. Look at this. Look at this. Like, I kind of feel bad for dogging on this guy, but at the same time, like, watch. So, Reaper, right? You know. Okay, so she never saw him, but at the same time, Reaper is really loud when he's teleporting. So, when the enemy team is a Reaper, just be sure to listen out for teleports, because it's very loud. And if you can't hear Reaper teleports, turn up your headset. But yeah, so like, since we aren't up here, they get all of this space for free. They get this corner. We don't. And yeah, like, we could have just prevented them from even being here in the first place. Break bubble shatter, please. Please break bubble. So, Beta, thing to know, Hammer still does 85 damage to shields. Use that. Massive. Missed the run. Massive. Like with your swing. Missed the run with your swing. Wait, how did you not kill him? Okay, so you're dueling, whatnot. So like you totally could have just swung broke bubble, jump around shatter. So you hit massive shatter. You forget to look at the Rhine first. And then swing. So, you know, you miss out on 85 damage there. You finish off that. Huge. Very strike out Ryan. And then you just got caught and jumped for that. Damn. Yeah. So, there, like, we could have prevented all of this from happening had we just held this space here. I'm like, sure, you know, soldier goes to point, then unfortunate, and if he visors with a mercy pocket, then also unfortunate. But at the same time, their team only has 4 people then. We just focus on the rest. You know, we get behind we advance forward, get behind a wall, and start just rolling people. Unfortunately, we weren't there, so soldier ends up getting a 3-man visor, and that is game. Like, yeah, we contest, but it's not going to, contest isn't going to do anything in this scenario. valiant effort. But, so, yeah, I feel like I touched on some really, really, really important things here. Personal things being beta, stop feeding, please. Then Toast, Wallride, Jared, please be more aware of your fades, dude. Probably some other stuff I'm forgetting at the moment. But then some more team-oriented things. Communicate what our plan is. Go for high grounds. And we need to get just a hold on our mental state after we win and lose games. Because we do not have a hold on our mental state after we win or lose games. And that just costs us intensely. So we just need improvements on those. And, like, also, I know I'm being a little hard on you guys, but I've been talking about some of these things for, like, 2 months at this point, and I'm not seeing a lot of improvement. So, like, I just want to see some improvement from you guys, that's all. Like, in regards to high ground stuff and other things of that caliber. So, yeah, I really hope that this next scrim. And by the way, I'm gonna put this in the Discord too, because I know only one person's watching right now, and I guarantee like no one's gonna watch this back because people don't for some reason. Which honestly might be why people are making the same mistakes over again. Because I swear, if I'm VODing things and people aren't watching them, ooh man. Okay, but anyway. Yeah, I'm probably not gonna do VODs tomorrow, Wednesday, like in the middle of the day, because I just got stuff to do. So yeah, I'm gonna do them Wednesday evening. Probably VOD a few of the new Scrim games. I just really hope that we learn from these past two VODs, this one and the Blizzard World one, because like I feel like I'm giving a lot of information on how to improve and stuff, but then I don't see people using it. And like I see a little bit of improvement here and there, but like most of my help comes from these VODs. So I just need to be watching them and paying attention to them and really just taking what I say for what it is. Alright, that's going to be the end of this one. I would have done another one had this not taken an hour and 10 minutes for a 15-minute like replay. But yeah, it took an hour and 15 minutes for a 15-minute replay. Or an hour and 10. Open up these boxes, and then yeah, that'll be it. Alright, oh, 0 left. I only have 3. Alright, broadcast over.